Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jay. He's Maddie to MMA Underground, presented by Yankee and the Brit. And today, our guest for you just seen him not too long ago fighting our boy Jay Gottem for charity. Jordan Showtime Harrington, welcome back to the show, and thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me again, you guys.
So, Jordan, we were talking before about having you come back on because you play semi-pro football and talk about that. But things have changed a little and you got a bigger announcement, so I'll just let you get into that.
Yeah. So like you said, we were going to bring me back to talk about semi-pro, but I've come to the decision that I'm going to take my career into MMA. I'm going to go pro and hopefully have my first pro debut fight here in November.
So it was just getting back in the ring with Jay in that boxing match and it gave you the itch?
Yeah, like I told you guys last time, watching Jay and my partner Shiloh, aka Preacher Son, watching them fight gave me that itch, and Jay gave me the call out for a good cause. I said yeah, and we had our fight last Saturday, and I felt really good during the fight. At first, I was a little disappointed in myself because I felt like I didn't really give it my all. I still felt a little rusty, but then after watching the video, I'm like, man, I still got it, So that definitely helped me with my decision on whether I was going to go forth with my decision. And, sitting down, talking to my wife yesterday, actually, and the day before, she's like, if this is truly what you love and this is really what you want to do, she goes, I support you. And I'm like, that felt great to me because, that's honestly all I really needed is my wife's support, She told me to go for it, and I talked to my coach. We've been talking around about what fight shows I can go on, and I actually talked to a guy that I've fought for before for Rain MMA, and he's got a fight coming up in November, and they're going to get me on that, and I have my first pro fight, and we're going on with that.
Yeah, you already answered my second question. As a married guy, I was going to ask how that went over, but it sounded to go pretty good because I know when you brought up the charity thing at first, there was some hesitation, but I couldn't help it because if I put myself in the reverse and my wife's like, hey, I'm going to go get punched in the face, I'm going to be like, what? Like, you're going to do what?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was funny because, if you watch a lot of my old fights, my wife's always, you can hear her over the whole crowd screaming, go, babe, go. And I was like, babe, I didn't really hear you that much. She's like, yeah, I know you're really good. And she goes, and I know you know what to do. And I know you're not going to get yourself hurt. She goes, so I felt really calm. And she's like, so she goes, just watching you with Jay, Jay being twice your size, way longer reach. She goes, you were really smart about the fight. Like, you didn't try to stand head on and bang with him. You played inside. She goes, so that right there showed me like, what you're doing and you know how to keep yourself safe. And so that, I think that helped her actually watching that show. Like I said, 4 years out of the ring, and just to have her feel that comfortable while I fought for the first time in so long, like it was pretty cool. And I think she's more excited than I am.
Well, shout out to your wife because we haven't not met her.
Yeah,
but
man.
That is just some awesome way to back you up.
No, it's awesome. I'm glad to have her standing behind me and just going on this journey with me.
So with the gym you train at, that's the same one Shiloh, Preacher Son, trains at?
Yep.
So with both of you guys making some moves now, that's an exciting time for your gym.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And it's pretty cool because he was just actually at our gym yesterday training. So
nice.
I know now hearing that Jay Gottem's down there, I think it's going to start pulling more people. And even before this fight, like right after I got off my last interview with you guys, my old teammate, Nathan Superman Stolen, came back. He's trying to go back into fighting. We're both trying to be on the same pro card. We're trying to get Shiloh on the same card. We actually just had one of our old teammates, Adam Laredo, a.k.a. Bounty Hunter, fight on StreetBeefs, which you guys will see. And he's actually going to be coming back to train with us. And then we've got Jay Gottem in our gym now. So I see there's a lot of exciting things going on. We got a couple of green guys that definitely showed some good fighting skills at this recent show. Shiloh's brother-in-law, Michael. I mean, that guy, he's a really shy guy, really scared to let his hands go. But after watching him Saturday, he demolished his guy, knocked him out. Well, I wouldn't say knocked him out, but I mean, dude should have been sleeping a couple times. And then we had my buddy Colton. He went in on a last minute fight, dominated. And so it was nice. Our whole squad came out with wins. And so it's kind of bringing back our old ways. Like we'd go to old fight shows. There'd be 4 or 5 of us fighting. We'd all come out with W's. And so I'm excited to get back on that with my crew and just have my family back. It's nice to see the gym full of tough dudes and can't wait to see where it goes.
Well, 2 things I see coming is, one, you know how we feel about Shiloh, Preacher's son. Like, we think he's got a future. And I've actually been talking to him the last couple of days. We're trying to get him back on again, just working out times and stuff. But I don't know what you think about this. But now that you told me Jay Gottem's in your gym, and I know he's got a lot of stuff going on, I do feel like at some point we're going to hear Jay Gottem back again.
Yeah, I mean, when he told me it was his farewell fight, right after our fight, we talked, he's like, who's to say I won't come back? I got a lot of things I need to take care of, and I was like, bro, go do you, take care of what you got to do. I totally understand. I've been in your shoes, life before MMA. I was like, this will come when it's ready. And so I think he's just going to be training for a while to, fix his skills, wrestling, get better with his boxing and stuff. And I mean, because like I said, that'd be pretty crappy to have somebody with his talent leave when he's just starting to get his name up there. Like, I'm like, hey, take care of what you got to take care of and come back so we can go together, go bang out together. And then on top of that, we're going to start cross training with his gym up in Olympia. And so we got some big plans coming up.
That's very cool. And you were saying that November, you're looking to get your first fight since coming back?
Yes. And so it was supposed to be sooner, but of course, with the COVID thing, the show got pushed back. And I've actually been talking to the guy, Jeff Hovey. I'm pretty sure that's his last name. He's been, talking to me about it and, asking me, we'd love to have you on the show. It's your choice whether you go pro or amateur. I'm like, oh, nope. If I fight again, it's strictly pro. So we've been keeping contact, and November is our deadline for our fight. So once we get it all figured out, we'll have you ready to go. And so I'm just looking forward to that. I mean, if anything else comes up before then, I'll be happy to jump on, but I definitely want my first pro fight to be on that card, since that is the show that I started out on, with my winning streaks and kind of built my name there.
And then with StreetBeefs, it's got to be a big help too, because if you look at, I don't know if anybody's seen this because I think it just happened yesterday or today, but Big Smile signs a deal to fight outside of StreetBeefs for the first time. Shinigami today is on Brandon Schaub's podcast, right? So
nice.
Like, I'm just saying, these guys are using this platform. You got in there, you got the juices flowing again, but yet a lot of people are going to know who you are now that didn't because of StreetBeefs.
Yeah. And like I said, big shout out to StreetBeefs for, allowing me on there, like I said. And I mean, I think Jay got him even more, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even got that chance. So, I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say thank you to him. I'm very appreciative of him even giving me that opportunity. I'm appreciative of StreetBeefs. And like I said, hopefully see me on their YouTube channel helps me out even more. Jay Gottem's sponsor actually wants to work out with me and get sponsoring me to where I wear their brand.
Peixoto?
Yeah, Peixoto. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm keeping in contact with him, and we'll see what happens.
No, and then I want to ask, just because as somebody, I've never been in a fight where you're fighting for points at all, right? Like high school fights, sure, but wrestling, I guess you could say. But coming from that boxing, and that's not really what you do, but you did it for charity. When you were standing there after the fight, is it one of those things where you're like, I don't know if I won, I think I won, or how does that feel?
Yeah, like I said, during the fight, I came in super confident, but like I said, boxing isn't my go-to. I mean, I've got good hands, but I'd rather take it to the ground. And so that's one of the reasons why I took this fight, because I wanted to see how good my hands were. Because in my gym, I stand and bang with the guys all day, but I know those guys. We've trained together, so I know what to look for. And so, but like I said, I wanted to really test myself against somebody new. And like I said, watching Jay, I mean, the guy's dangerous. I mean, the first hit he laid on me, he gave me a nice little shiny right here. And I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
like I can't stand and bang
I
with
watched
this
the
guy.
replay of that
Play
hit a
inside.
couple
So
of
as the
times.
fight went on, at one point I went in the corner. I was like, Jake, I don't know I don't know what to do. And he's like, I don't care, Jordan, just do what you do. And I went out there, I worked my way inside, worked the body. At one point, I was trying to use my right hand to come over with that overhook, but Jay did a nice job of keeping that hand trapped so I couldn't get to him. And then after the fight, I was just kind of like, this fight could go either way. Like I told you guys last week, whether I won or not, at the end of the day, Jay was the winner. But when they raised my hand, I was pretty shocked. But, my coach was like, if you win, you're going to celebrate. And I'm like, honestly, I'm not going to celebrate because I have to give respect to Jay for what he did, and that's exactly what I did. I said, I gave him his props. He's the winner at the end of the day, but it made me feel better about myself. And then, like I said, when I went and watched the actual fight on YouTube, I'm watching it. I'm like, I actually didn't do that bad. Like, I'm kind of proud of myself because like me, when I fight, I tend to forget a lot of stuff when I fight. I like going into this zone where I don't really hear anybody. It's like blacking out a little bit. And so there were a couple times where I asked my wife, I was like, well, what did I do when this happened? What did I do when this happened? She's like, oh, well, you did this, you did that. And I was like, I don't remember doing that. And so I just kind of get in the zone and I forget what happened. So I think that played a big part of me when it came to me realizing that I won, because I didn't know what I did. I didn't know how I fought. I just know at one point I was going to the corner and I'm like, man, I don't feel like I'm doing good. And then, I came out with the W and definitely showed me what I need to work on if I want to take my career further into MMA, starting this new chapter in my life. I want to go in as a pro, showing people I'm not just that wrestler you guys were used to as an amateur. I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve. So I'm going to start working on my boxing a lot more and focus on that, because with my wrestling, I'll never forget that. That just happens naturally with me. But boxing, I definitely want to critique and make that one of my go-tos before wrestling even is a factor when I'm fighting.
Yeah, I remember thinking while I was watching the fight, I could see you both, like both you and Jay, like it felt like you were twitching your bottom halves, like ready to kick like out at each other. Like, so it looked like you were just like in a different zone, and then you were just about to go straight into muscle memory and take the dude down in the middle of a boxing match. And like there was a couple of guys where Jay like grabbed you in, pushed you over, and you like slipped on the AstroTurf and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, you don't see that in boxing a lot.
No.
Like,
and that was cool.
It's like
you go ahead.
No. You go, man. You go.
Yeah. When that push actually happened, Jay had actually connected me pretty good. So I thought they were going to start giving me the 10 count. And then when I stood up and I heard Jay go, no, I pushed him. I was like, oh, I mean, if I were you, I would have said I hit him. But, Jay was really respectful. He was honest, and I respected him a lot more with that. And it was a really clean, beautiful fight. Like, I mean, I was really impressed with the way he fought. He kept his composure. We looked like we knew what we were doing. And so I think that kind of helped StreetBeefs out a lot. Just looking at the comments, a lot of people are like, StreetBeefs, these are the kind of fights we want to see, guys who actually know what they're doing. And so seeing those comments, with Jay not possibly coming back, that makes me want to try to help him out and make sure he comes back. Cause I mean, the man's got so much talent, and, even now he's coming down to our gym, that shows that he still wants to do it. So whatever he's got going on, I hope he gets it taken care of and we get him back in that cage. Cause I'd love to go up to a show and have that guy right by my side along with my crew and have him part of the Bad Company family.
So, as Maddie had brought up, how hard is it as an MMA guy to fight in boxing? Because there did look like a couple times where you and Jay Gottem both wanted to go for the takedown, but just out of, like Maddie said, muscle memory and reaction. And then you almost have to go, wait, I can't. It's boxing.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. There were a couple times where I wanted to throw a leg kick because he had his leg out there a couple times. and I do my little twitch, but then I was like, like you said, it's like, oh, nope, we're boxing. But I think I had a better control of it because the last 3 months, that's all I've been doing is boxing. Since Shiloh's first fight, that's all I've been trying to do is just work on my boxing. So I've gotten away from my wrestling. But like you said, muscle memory, you kind of get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm getting hit. I got to do a takedown. But then I have to remember, no, I'm boxing. I can't wrestle right now. So it was pretty tough. But like I said, boxing for the last 3 months, I think I had better control of it than I would have back in the day.
I know that I was very excited when you sent me the link the other day that the fight was finally up. And I don't remember who, maybe it was Fire Chicken, but somebody sent me the link right away when Preacher Son's fight went up too. So I didn't even have to go on YouTube to find him. People had my back, but I was so excited. You sent me that thing while I was at work, and I literally snuck out later out. I was outside and I had to watch this video in the middle of it and then go back in and finish what I was doing because I couldn't even wait to get home to watch yours and Jay Gottem's fight.
That's awesome. Yeah. It was funny too, because when the fight came out, I'm working nights, right? I showed up at work at 2:00 and Jacob said you were a good wrestler. We didn't know you had hands like that. And one of the guys is just like, man, I wish I was there. I got a lot of props. Like a lot of guys saw the fight before I even did. I'm like, What did you? Oh, we watched it last night. I was like, what? I was like, I just got it this morning. But it was pretty cool, coming back, having the guys tell me, how good I looked. And, it gave me it made me get my swag back a little bit. And it just made me want to even push this further and see how much further I could go with it now. And, it's pretty cool having people behind my back, and just having that what's the word I'm thinking of? That the support, like I said in the last podcast, I gave up on fighting because I wasn't fighting for me. I was fighting for my community. And, after this fight with Jay, it made me realize that's what I've been doing this whole time. When I was fighting for my community. I wanted to put us on the map because, where I live, we're not really well known. Like a lot of people, where are you from? I'm like, Aberdeen. Where's that? Do you know where Ocean Shores is? Oh yeah, I know where Ocean Shores is. Like, yeah, you gotta go right through Aberdeen to get to Ocean Shores. So it was pretty cool to know that, being able to sit back after mine and Jay's fight and realize like at the end of the day, that's who I was doing it for. Yeah, I was doing it for myself, but more importantly, I was doing it for my community. And I just got to remember that and just keep trying to put my community on the map, and hopefully I can bring more people out of here and get us up where I'm at right now. Like Shiloh, I see Shiloh going far. I got my buddy Nathan who's fought in Bellator, and now people are asking Nathan where he trains. And like I said, we get people here and there that come in our gym. Yeah, we heard Nathan Solon trains here. Oh, we heard Shiloh trains here. So it's pretty cool. And like I said, I'm just gonna keep doing that. This little town needs some shine on them right now. It's not the best town. It's kind of sad. Rains 24/7. And if me and my teammates can bring some smiles to people's faces with what we're doing, then that's why I'm doing it now.
So that whole putting the Punyard area on the map, that whole community thing, that's something that I can really get behind. Like the northeast of England is something that's really looked over. If you ever look for any British history, I don't know why you guys would, but like we're the kind of people that get shot on like the whole time and all of that kind of thing. So I think it's really important. It's something that I try and do as well with like my websites and podcasts and blogs and shit like that. Like I try and shine a good light on it. So it's always really important to have the backing of your community. And if you went out and like fought and said, this is Jordan coming out of the town where you're from, I totally forgot the name of it and blanked out, but anyway, I guess that's your point.
Yeah.
And did that for them, then that must be great for you, and it must be great for them as well.
Yeah, like I said, it's awesome. Back in the day, like I was young, I was trying to do everything just for me. And, now I'm older and I'm realizing like this, like I said, this is why I do it. Even outside of MMA, I do a lot through the community as far as I coach sports. I'm trying to open a big brother, big sister program here. And so, you know, I'm not originally from here, but people being here for so long, you know, a lot of people look up to me. You know, I have parents call me and really, hey, you know, my kid really idolized you. So like I said, after that fight, it really made me realize like my community is important to me. I mean, I come from a small community also back home in Indiana, you know, and even over there, you know, my dad, he's spreading my video everywhere. You know, he wants me to print him a couple posters, and just going back home not too long ago, people are like, hey, Jordan. I'm like, who are you? Oh, you're Kent's kid. We heard you fight. I'm like, I don't know you. So it makes it cool, you know, that even back home, I'm putting little small town Anderson on the map, you know, just through my family support me and put my name out there. And so it's pretty cool. And like I said, you know, back then I didn't think about it like that. It was just all about me. And now that I'm older, you know, it's more than me, you know. And
Well,
so
even Maddie, oh, sorry, but even Maddie
bud.
brought up as much as we enjoyed your fight before we got you on, how much class you showed after the fight with the nice things you had to say and where you went from there. But that all felt very heartfelt. Like that was just true, genuine feelings.
Oh, it definitely was. I actually had to keep myself from kind of crying. You know, I'm not a big and emotional guy, but just, you know, just like I said, what Jay's doing, you know, like I told you guys from the beginning, that it really touched me, you know. And so after that fight, you know, I was a little bummed that I came out with the win because I really wanted it for him. But I'm also that guy that, like, I'm not going to let you beat me. And so, you know, while I gave my speech, like it took a lot for me to hold back my emotions, you know. And then afterwards, me and Jay went and talked, and I just told him, you know, bro, you know, because like I said, I know he's got some things going outside of what's going on right now. And so we had a heart to heart, and I just told him, you know, if you need anything, just get a hold of me, dude. You know, I'm all on board with what you're doing. I'm here if you ever need somebody to talk to. I was like, you know, I've been in your shoes before. You know, life does kick people in the back sometimes, and it just, I don't know. It was, and that's just the kind of guy I am. Like, I'm a very humble person. You know, I'm like I told you guys before, I'm not really a big smack talker because I don't want to be that guy that talks all the trash and then goes out and gets beat and then looks stupid at the end of the day. And so I try to keep it humble, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people respect me. You know, and they're like, you know, Jordan, you're a class act when you have your fights. You're very respectful. You're humble. You know, you've never said anything negative about anybody. I think I've had one fight where I actually did trash a guy, and his name was Ryan Schmezel. And because he wrote a newspaper article about me and said that I was this rich, pretty boy, I didn't know anything about the hard life, and that he was going to destroy me. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. But
just once again, thank you for coming on, man. Really enjoyed like the past 2 podcasts with you. It's been absolutely awesome.
No, I appreciate you guys. And like I've told you guys before, you know, anytime you guys want me, I'm available, and I'm definitely looking forward to the future. And I'll definitely keep you guys up to date with what's going on with my pro debut.
Yeah, definitely let us know, because we are definitely big fans. We will be following your and Shiloh's career for sure.
Thank you,
I do want to say, I think it's great that you are reaching out, trying to do the big brothers, big sisters thing. Between you and Jay Gottem, you seem like such genuine people, and I think you both can help so many people. I think it's really awesome that with the busy schedule and life you guys have and everything you got besides fighting and work and families, you're willing to find the time to give it. So just from us, thank you for what you're doing.
Hey, I appreciate that, you guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep your eyes open. If you have not seen the Jordan Harrington and Jay Gottem fight, it's on StreetBeefs. It's on YouTube. I posted it to Yankee and the Brit, so you can find it. Go check that out. Support them. Support StreetBeefs. And a lot of great things is happening for people out of that. And Jordan's one of the examples of, yes, he had fought before, but now going to StreetBeefs, he's got even a bigger platform moving forward. Jay Gottem's got a bigger platform for the autism awareness. So go check out StreetBeefs and support them. But don't forget to support our guy Showtime. And don't forget to support Preacher Son and all those other guys moving forward. And I thank you guys so much, all of you who come on and give us your time. We appreciate you guys so much. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. One world, one love. Deuces.
Cheerio.